I feel like every month starts with a little surprise, and today's was certainly like, oh, it's December? You'd never know it outside.
Yeah,
today.
it feels amazing.
Exactly. I walked out of my apartment to run some errands at about 11, and I was like, it feels like spring
No jacket needed.
out here.
Yeah.
No jacket needed. Spring is also my favorite season, so I went outside and I was like, this is glorious. No, we have snow on the way. We have a whole winter ahead before we can get to that spring-like weather. But today it was much, much warmer than it was yesterday. A lot of places between 10 and 15 degrees warmer right now than it was at this time yesterday. And a lot of us were able to get into the 50s today. Look at that, 56 today in Portland to start meteorological winter. Otherwise, some low to mid 50s and some upper 40s up in northern Maine. But overall, a very warm day to start the month. But we do have some rain showers on the way, just starting to get into New Hampshire and into York County, Maine. And this rain is going to overspread the state as we go over the next couple of hours. Now, this system doesn't have a lot of power with it, so we're not looking at too much in terms of accumulating rain, but we are going to see some pretty sustained rain as we go over the next couple of hours and into the overnight as well. But it will not allow our temperatures to drop quite that far as we go overnight tonight. A lot of places in the upper 30s to lower 40s, so a much warmer night ahead than we've had over the past couple of days. So over the next couple of hours, that's where we'll get that rain kind of overspreading the rest of the state. I think we could see some snow up in northern Maine, but we're not looking at a lot of accumulation with this system. Like I said, there's not a lot of power here, so there isn't a lot of moisture in this system. But by the time we get into early Saturday morning, that will allow us to mostly clear out. But we're going to kind of enter this unsettled pattern where we're not going to quite be able to escape into that high pressure where we would see sunshine and it being a little bit warmer. In fact, it's going to be a little bit chillier over the weekend. We're going to kind of hold on to the clouds and the chance for some showers as we go really into both weekend days. I think Saturday is going to be more just cloudy, where we could have a chance of a sprinkle or a snow shower depending on your area. Sunday, a little bit more so of seeing those showers throughout the day. And then Sunday afternoon into Sunday night is where we start to see our next big system begin to move in. Now, we've been talking about over the past couple of days how this system has been pretty difficult to forecast, but right now we're looking at most of us seeing some pretty heavy snow, especially as we go into Sunday overnight. Still some rain right along the edge of the coastline, but most of us here are going to see some snow from this system. I think the morning commute on Monday is going to be pretty messy because we're still going to be cold enough for a lot of us to have that snow there. So I think it'll be a little bit slippery on Monday morning, so just make sure you're careful if you're going out that day. And then as we get a little bit later into Monday, that's when the showers will start, or the snow will start to break up a little bit, and we'll get a little bit of breaks in the precipitation as we go throughout the day Monday. But we are looking at a couple inches of snow in a lot of places, definitely plowable in some spots. And then as we get later into the day on Monday, that's where things are going to really start to lighten up, and we'll be left with some sunnier skies as we get into Tuesday, but it's going to be very, very cold as we go into the midweek. So here's the snow map that we've made. I think along the coast, about 1 to 3 inches in most places. Southernmost coast, less than an inch, I think mostly rain in that area. Otherwise, 3 to 6, and then in the mountains of central Maine, 6 to 10 inches. I'll back up a little bit so we can see that better. Just a little bit of a zoomed in version so you can see kind of where we have everything at for your town. So this is the working snow map that we're working with at the moment to kind of give you an idea of how much snow would be in your area. We do have a small craft advisory, and that's in effect until Friday at 7 p.m. So here's a look at our 7-day forecast. I want to emphasize that I don't think the weekend is a bad weekend. It's just going to be a little bit cloudier, a little bit cooler, and there is a chance for those kind of sprinkles and flurries throughout both days. And then Monday, just keep checking back in for kind of more updates as we get closer to Monday. But I think the snow map that we have now is going to give us a pretty good idea, guys, of what we've got going into the beginning of the week.
Especially compared to last night, we didn't really have any.
Yeah, we're starting to kind of narrow down on this system, and I think we're in a good spot right now.
Okay, Dana, thank you.